G'day everyone, welcome to the live stream. Today we're going to be doing hanging out, doing Q&A for any tech question you might have and a whole lot more, so stick around. And we're back, I think. It did the exact same thing 2 weeks ago in the stream. I think it's when I was coming back from my intro back to a screen, OBS just died. So we're back. Hopefully everything's good. Let's do something about that background music and we'll get going. How is everyone there? Is everybody back? Has everybody made it back? Let's say g'day to a few people in chat. Let's see what we can do here. Michael Furberger was in the chat pre-stream when I checked probably like 40 minutes ago, so I don't know if he's here now. G'day to Red Rocket Resells, Trucking with the Beard, Mick the Dog's here, Dignity's here, Crypto Cruising is here, and his message got hidden by my filter, but we'll put that up there anyway. So how's everyone today on this fine Saturday morning / Friday night? And none of my mods are here, so that's okay. I know Beanie was having a nap straight after Brian's stream, so he knew when I was starting, so let's see what happens. Let's see how long it takes for Beanie to drop back into the live stream today. Who else is here? Trucking with the Beard. Let's see what comments we've got here. We'll get into the question, or tech questions in a few minutes. So we just want to say good day to everyone here. Make sure that the stream's rolling and rolling green. We've got green on the YouTube side, so that's good. And then I know there's a couple of questions popping in the chat already, so that's good. We'll get to those in a sec. Boom. I won't try and run my intro again because that's what crashed it last time. I'm going to have to look at that. I think Beanie was up all night. He was on Brian's stream this morning. He was in there before I was. Beanie's on the same time zone as me, so it's currently 11 a.m. here. And I think he was up all night, so he was going to get a quick nap before my stream. He said he might come in late, so I'd say that would be the case. Dignity asks if I'm tired from modding Brian's stream. Well, I didn't come into Brian's stream until about an hour or so in. Actually, I'm not sure quite how long it was running, but I woke up before my alarm, and Brian had already started, so I jumped out of bed, got my computer on, and hoped for the best. And then we morning half asleep is always fun. Yeah, and I haven't seen Rodney. Rodney was in Brian's stream as well. He had to pop out, so he might be out and about today. So he might not pop back into this stream till later. I haven't heard from Car Galaxy Studios. This is my other mod. He might be out and about as well. We'll see what happens. So let's get straight into some of these questions because I see there's questions here already. Hopefully I've updated everything on OBS in regards to the correct information. I've updated the description of the live stream a little bit. I haven't got a Google form this week for looking at channel impressions. We'll talk about that a little bit later on, if and when we get to that portion of the show. I've put a pop filter back on my mic because I did some recording here at the desk during the week, and without the filter I was getting a lot of pops just from the p of it all. So as you know, you get pops when you p. So this is meant to reduce that. So let's see how that goes. Let's go. I'm going to scroll back to the top, and I'm going to try and pull out the questions. First question I see is from Dignity today, and that was question: how do I create a trailer of an upcoming upload? Well, if you're going to do a trailer implies that you're going to have footage from the actual video, movie, whatever it is. So first of all, you have to have that video done, so or the footage available, so that you can pull sections of that out to make a short trailer. And my recommendation, if you're going to do a trailer video, because it's not common, I haven't seen too many people. I know Brian G. Johnson did a couple of sort of teaser videos for like a hero video. He doesn't do it all the time. It's a very rare thing. So I would suggest that if you do a teaser, you would want to keep it somewhere in the vicinity of 30 seconds to a minute, maybe. And it's just like creating a normal video, but it's just something really short. You want something really punchy, something that teases what's going to happen in the video, but not give away the whole value of the video, and something that tells people when they can expect that on your channel, I guess, coming Friday or something like that. That's my suggestions off the top of my head for that question. Dignity, I can't say it properly. So let me know if you've got any more questions on that. I'm going to scroll down. Red Rocket Resell says, Doug, how do you switch to an intro? And I think you mean on OBS. I have a scene set up that is just called intro, and basically it's a media playback. So I've got my title video that I run at the beginning of my videos. I have a specific one for live streaming, and I put it and I set up a scene that's just got a media playback of that particular file. So as soon as you switch to that scene, there's a couple of options in the properties to make it start as soon as you go to it. So that's what I do. As soon as I go to that, it starts to play, and then when I get to the end, I've got to manually flick back to a camera or one of the scenes there. So if that's what you're talking about, OBS, yeah, it's just a media playback. I'm not going to fiddle with it now because I don't want to lose the stream again. Okay, and I know I'm back in the stream looking for questions, so I will get caught up in the chat in just a second. Trucking with the Beard says, what's a good way to get all my Facebook friends to start watching my YouTube videos? Because they're too lazy to click a link. It's what's that old adage is, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You can strongly suggest them. Maybe if you see them in real life, IRL, you can say, hey, you need to start watching my videos. But if they don't want to watch your videos, I don't know what you can do. But yeah, on Facebook itself, yeah, maybe upload your videos directly to Facebook so they can play them in Facebook. Maybe they don't want to click the link and go over to YouTube. Maybe they don't want to leave Facebook. I know Facebook certainly doesn't want you to be directing people over there either. So that could be a factor. Too lazy to click on the link. Yeah, that would be my suggestion, is upload it directly to Facebook so that the video is in their face. But then, obviously, if you're looking for just the YouTube views, to get those views up on YouTube, then that's not going to help you either, because they're watching it on Facebook and not watching it on YouTube. So, yeah, a bit of a catch-22 on that one. Yeah, unless you have a stern word, take them out the back, give them a bit of a strong arm, threaten their life, threaten their pets, threaten them somehow. No, don't do that. So, yeah, there's no easy answer for that one, because people want to watch what they want to watch. Bad Disturb, welcome to the stream. I see a question there from you that says, I need help getting subs. Well, we always want more subs, don't we? We're all sort of, whether it's our main focus or just one of the things in the back of our channel that we want to keep increasing. Subs is certainly one of those things, along with views, watch time. Subs, the fundamentals of getting subs is make sure you've got a call to action on your video, either at the beginning, the end, or both, that reminds them to subscribe. Maybe pair that with a graphic that pops up that says subscribe at the same time. You want to keep it short. You don't want to give them a lecture on subscribing. You just want to give them the, hey, what's the value of your channel, what's the value of your videos. Watch, subscribe for new videos 3 times a week on whatever your channel's about. Technology and YouTube news. We have 3 videos a week on how to animate in some animation graphic arts program, which I don't know the name of. If you want to learn how to edit better in Adobe Premiere, subscribe and check the bell, that sort of thing. Because people, I tend to think that people aren't going to subscribe to your channel until they've at least watched one of your videos. So each of your videos has got to have that call to action in it. That's the way I see it anyway. Dignity asks, am I tired from modding in Brian's long live stream? I think I answered that one before. Yeah, I think we covered that. Go Pappy Go says hello. Hello. Stream to the bottom. Crypto Cruising, do you think if OBS made a paid service and did some better updated, would it be more stable? Sometimes it works perfect, the other times it refuses. Yeah, I don't know if OBS would ever do that because OBS is open source. They can't sort of just all of a sudden put some sort of paid tier on it because it's inherently based on open source software. That's why Streamlabs could take the base OBS at the time that they took it and build their own OBS. Because it's open source, you can take it and do what you want with it, basically, without going ahead and then selling it. That would be drawing the line. So I think they're limited to where they probably couldn't do a paid service because it's open source. But because it's open source, there's a lot of add-ons and features that you can get to add with it. My suggestion is to make sure you keep it updated, and it sort of forces you to update when you start it each time anyway. It checks for updates and says, hey, you got an update. Make sure you're running your system isn't running too heavy when you're running it as well. So there's no real simple answer to OBS crashing because it crashes when I want to crash. It's like any software. If something goes wrong, then it's going to crash. While showing him some Instagram stuff, Red Rocket Resell says, I don't know what this is, what that's about. Dignity says, got there late, almost to the end. Dignity's asking, where am I? I'm in Brisbane, Australia, and it's 11:15 in the morning. It is Saturday. The future is looking sunny and fine here. I'm going to put my bottle over here. And that answers Mick the Dog's question about what time is it where I live. Trucking the Beard is talking to Bad Disturb. Yeah, Red Rocket Resells is just mentioning the open source there in the chat. Dignity says, I should like to advertise it for social media. I'm not sure what you're advertising. Maybe your channel? I'm way behind in the chat. Let's see if I can catch up. Trucking with the Beard says, I do trailers for Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. I just use a little teaser clip from my video and then add some commentary, and it seems to work pretty good. Yeah, on my other channel, which is a dash cam channel, I took like just a small portion of, say, my 5 or 6 minute video and made it like a square. And for a little while, I was putting that on Facebook and Twitter, and that was before I had Instagram, and I still don't have Instagram for that particular channel, so probably won't do that. But I did that for a little while, and it gets the views, and then you sort of link out to your YouTube, put the link, and when I put the link in the comments, linking out from that preview video, I always make sure that the preview is turned off, so it's just a link to make it really low key. So I don't know how much traffic that's driven. I did that for a few videos in a row over on that channel, but I haven't done it for a while because that channel's sort of my autopilot channel. I just post every fortnight and it does what it does, and it's doing all right. Mick the Dog YouTube says, what's everyone's opinion on the best headphones for music? I don't use a lot of headphones for music. When I'm working on my computer, I'm using the Apple EarPods, just the ones you get with your iPhone. And I just got these cheap Bluetooth ones from Audi, which is a cheap shop for about $40. Sound quality is not. I got them for editing, just cordless and over the ear. The sound quality is not great, but when I pair it with my iPad and watch YouTube videos, it's really good for that. So I wouldn't use that for music, but I do have a plugged-in set of Sennheisers. These are like these are Sennheiser HD 202s. I don't know if you can still get them, but they're wired. The plug's a bit bent on it now, and it crackles a little bit, but it's better quality than, say, the Bluetooth one. But Sennheiser is a great brand for good fidelity and bass and all that sort of stuff. You know, there's others. I haven't used those Sennheisers in ages. I got them plugged into my Mac Mini in case I have to monitor sound. Let's scroll through the chat and see if I can get caught up here. Oh yeah, Crypto Cruising is the DJ. He's recommending a particular brand of Sennheiser HD25. So there you go. Those good brands like Sennheiser are pretty good. Mazamal saying, hey Doug, hey, welcome to the stream. Did I just see D Nimmin in the stream? D's in the stream. Hey, D. Welcome, D. D's a few hours behind, so probably early for you, D. I see you're up late trying to upload videos I saw on your Instagram. And I've lost my spot because I scrolled down and saw D's name. Here we are. Go Pappy Go is talking to Trucking with the Beard. I'm trying to get caught up here now. Some more recommendations for headphones in there. Hey, here's where D's joined us. Hey, he says I should turn the timestamp on here so I can actually see when people have come in. It may have been many minutes ago. Zamal says I want to get a blue Snowball mic, but it's a USB mic and I need a mic for phone. What mic do you recommend? Okay, for your phone, I have an iPhone, so basically I've got the headphone jack which doubles as a mic jack. So what you want is something that at least has the if for a smartphone, the TRRS adapter. That's the one with the 3 bands on the plug, so that it's it does like the headphones and the mic through the same plug. But if you're filming close by like that, maybe a lapel mic like a Rode SmartLav Plus. My video for that particular mic just went up on the channel overnight, or about probably 8-9 hours ago, when 3 a.m. my time. So there's a video on there just talking about how I use it and why I like that particular microphone. That's the microphone I use with my iPhone 6s. So that would be the only one I can actually recommend, because I haven't tried any other microphones with that. But watch D Nimmin's channel, because he's going to cover a lot of stuff to do with doing YouTube on a mobile device. So that's my recommendation. Subscribe to D if you haven't already subscribed to D. Everybody's saying hi to D. Red Rock Recess says, yes, WordPress is also open source. Yeah, my website's on WordPress, yes. See if I'm getting caught up on the chat now. I'm in Futureland indeed. Mick the Dog's asking why I'm doing it so late. It's 9-something p.m. Eastern US. I don't know where you're located, Mick the Dog, so it might be very late. If you're in Europe, it's very late indeed. Normally, I'd probably start an hour or so earlier, like I did last time, but I had to run taxi duties for my daughter. I had to drop her somewhere. She had to be somewhere at 10 a.m., so I needed to make sure I was able to get back and start streaming, so I scheduled for 11 a.m., which is, I believe, 9 p.m. Eastern in the US. Dignity says, the trailer for my upcoming video, advertising on social media. Okay, I think just clarifying something that somebody asked before. because I think we talked about some of that already. I'm not too far behind. Hey, who else is coming in the stream here? KathehFIT. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I always see that there. How do I pronounce that? Mick the Dog says, anyone like hockey? If you do, what team? The Aussies. We're currently playing in the Commonwealth Games for this normal hockey, field hockey. So if you're talking about ice hockey, I have no clue. I don't know anything about ice hockey. We don't do ice hockey in Australia because it's too warm. But yeah, if you're talking about regular hockey, go the Hockeyroos. Currently playing, I'm sure we're playing well. I think we played Canada last night in the Commonwealth Games, which are right here down the road from me on the Gold Coast. So if you're getting the Commonwealth Games on your TV, wherever you are in the world, if you're in a Commonwealth country like Canada or the UK or South Africa or wherever you might be, then yeah, Commonwealth Games are coming from down the road. Actually, two of the venues are literally about 5 kilometres that way. The velodrome for the cycling and the shooting range for all the shooting events are just down the road. So yeah, bit of trivia for you guys. D says he pulled an all-nighter. Okay, yeah. D, make sure you get some sleep before next stream, hey? I'm going to try and do that too. I got up early for Brian G. Johnson's stream, and he was already live for an hour or so before I got up. He's starting earlier and earlier. And even the daylight savings change in the US didn't help me with that. It just got worse. Let's go. Pappy Gay says, I'm not too far behind, but that was a little while ago. Here we go. I should use the scroll bar on the side instead of scrolling. That works much better. Crypto Cruiser says, headphone jack on iPhone. Man, I wish they would bring that back. Yeah, I don't know how the people with the latter phones, iPhone 7s and later, are going with their no headphone jack. I'm not sure how well the mics work well with the adapter because I haven't tried that. If I upgrade my phone, I'm going to have to deal with that. I'm happy with my 6S at the moment and my Smart Lav mic, so we'll see how we go with that. And I think I'm caught up. Red Rocket Resells says something about... okay, KathehFIT. With my Aussie accent. D says, my audio sounds fantastic. You know what, D? Mike Russell. I watched his OBS tutorial, and because I'd watched somebody else's tutorial, added a lot of noise gates and compressors, and it was like 4 different things. And in the end, Mike Russell's just saying use the one thing, and he explained the settings a lot better. And so that's what this is the first time I've used it. So I did that. I got that set up in the last week or so. So big thumbs up, big shout out to Mike Russell. If you haven't subscribed to Mike Russell for audio stuff, I only just subscribed when Nick put his video, collab video up last week, and it was a great video. But then I've looked at some of the stuff on his channel, and I don't have Adobe Audition or anything like that, so I'm just looking at what can I use with. The other thing was one. I think it was the compressor that's on there, and one of the extra add-on filters that you can add in to OBS. The one that he recommended first on his video, there was 2 that he had. I just went with the first one, and I think I went with the defaults that he suggested. So, audio is always my kryptonite there. So I just, defer to the experts. And Mike Russell hasn't led me wrong so far. KathehFIT says, I've got a good accent. It's Aussie. In case you hadn't already picked up on that. Trucking with a Beard, are you a Jason Ellis fan? I don't even know who Jason Ellis is, so yeah. You can feel free to enlighten me in the chat. And people are texting me on my phone. I'm going to mute that. Now, there was a question here. Now I got that. Okay. Okay, Mick the Dog is in Toronto. So he's a Maple Leaf fan. So, yeah, I've heard of the Toronto Maple Leafs. So, go Toronto. The only two cities in around Canada that I know that would probably have a hockey team. I guess Toronto has a hockey team, of course, because you've told me. I've heard of the Maple Leafs for sure. Had some colleagues that were based in Toronto, so I sort of know very little, but some of Toronto. And Vancouver. Do Vancouver have a team? And what are they called? Enlighten me. And I don't know how many of the US cities have a team. How many teams are in the competition? Is it a North American competition, or is there one for the US and one for Canada? Gee, this is so off topic, isn't it? KathehFIT says, so is there a topic? Well, today's subscriber/viewer hangout, and we're doing tech Q&A, and we may even sneak in a couple of channels, look at a couple of YouTube channels a little bit later. And I want to test something for that, and we're going to have a bit of a plan. I've got a bit of a plan. We'll see if that works out. Mick the Dog says, who's the youngest in the chat? Who's the oldest? I'm only 13. Mick the Dog, I always thought you were older with the name Mick the Dog. It sounds like, like a Dog the Bounty Hunter, or, hey, my name's Mick. How's it going? Mick Dundee. Crypto Cruising says, yeah, Mike is brilliant. OBS settings for audio is excellent. I posted the link in the Niman Discord last week. That's probably where I got the link from Crypto Cruising. Thank you, and a big shout out for that. Red Rocket Researcher says, I need in real life moderator for texts. Yeah, I just need to mute my phone before I go live. That's what I need to do. I'm usually sitting over here, but I'm tending to lean on my desk, so I'm sort of swiveling around, and I'm in the middle of my frame here. Red Rocket says, oh man, Discord, LOL, need to get back in there with you guys. I wanted to change to a different account. I'm sure there's will be a link in Nick's stream, so you can get back in with a different account. Get that invite link or invite code. Trucking with the Beard says, don't hate me, but I'm not a hockey fan. Hey, I've got no hate, whether you like it or dislike it. I'm not big. I don't know much about hockey. The main sports in Australia, in the winter, we play rugby league, we have a competition called the NRL, National Rugby League, and the AFL, which is Australian Football League. They're the two main footballs in the winter. The weird sport that crosses codes is your soccer, which we have the A-League, which is the main league in Australia. And in the summer, dare I mention cricket. Cricket and Australia in the same sentence is a dirty word at the moment, because we just had a big cheating scandal with some of the 3 members of our cricket team. They got sent back from South Africa to Australia. Big shame, big shame. I don't know why I'm talking sport. I'm not big into sport, but anyway, I'll leave it at that when it comes to sport. Okay, I've caught up with the chat. Amazing. Any tech or YouTube questions? Let's rock those back into the chat, because we've gotten off topic and all over the shop. But hey, it's a hangout, so we go off on a tangent. We see what happens. Let's see if we can change the screen up a bit here. Let's put it on that screen. There we go. While we're waiting for everyone to people. Hey, it's Costume CO. Welcome. You asked me when I was going live, and here I am. Let's have a quick look at my OBS screen. Has just frozen, so hopefully you can hear me. Let me just change this out. Okay, that's better. All right. We had some weird issues there. I looked up at OBS and I was just frozen on the screen, so I thought I better change the scene real quick. Now, as you can see right here in our event list, these are the last 4 subscribers to the channel. All these would have come in the last week or so. It only shows the last 4 events here, so that's a big shout out. I don't think any of these people in the chat, but we're going to shout them out anyway. The Wombat says, Dylan Lane, Michael Furberger, who was in the chat before the stream, and the word is who subscribed during Brian G. Johnson's stream this morning. Hey, here's Michael Furberger's in the stream, in the chat right now. So you just got your shout out for subscribing, the last 4 subscribers on the channel. So there we go. All right, we need some questions. We need some questions rolling in the chat to keep this going. Let me just have a look to make sure I've got everything happening here. Make sure I've got the relevant tabs open for a little bit later. Yeah, everything's looking good. Little update to our overlay for those who are OBS savvy. Here, got a little social media lower third happening here now. That should change up every so often, goes away, and then the next one comes in will be something different. It'll be Instagram or Twitter. Will pop in there. So that's added that to my main scene there, my full screen scene. My event list there seems to be on all the screens. All right, there's some things rolling in chat, so let's have a look. We're getting compliments on the audio. I'm going to have to listen to this back after the stream because I'm not hearing anything because I don't have earphones on. I'm not monitoring because that would be crazy. Big yay to me for Michael Furberger. You got your shout out there just for being a recent subscriber. Michael says, how long have I been streaming? About 30 minutes, half an hour is when we started the stream. I know you're in the stream probably in the chat before the stream a little while ago, before the stream started. KathehFIT subbed last week. Had a few subscribers since then and pushed it off the screen. But when I go look at my subscriber list later, I will smile fondly when I see your names there. What is my streamer goal? I'm not sure what the answer to that question is. Maybe you could rephrase the question. Maybe you're looking for a specific answer there. I can share my general goal is just to stream is it's a community building thing. It's basically getting this interaction here, like on the chat with the subscribers. Let's go to chat mode just to demonstrate here, so we can get. So I don't have my scene set up properly here. A little bit unframed, non-framed, out of frame. I need to push that over. So yeah, so the goal is to basically build the community, build the rapport with you guys as my viewers and people who either watch my videos or just join in a live stream. However, you're involved in this community on my channel and the greater community on channels that are out there, like Nick Nimmons or Nick D and Brian G. Johnson and Roberto Blake and who, this whole community where a lot of YouTube creators are coming in for tech advice, YouTube advice, social media advice. Not that I'm an expert on all those things, but it's that tech area and helping people with tech wherever possible, which is the motto of the channel. And we're going to hopefully push into some more tutorials on some software because we haven't done a lot of those lately. Those different things, but the live stream is just a hangout, a connection time. It's to see what you guys are up to, answer some questions, and all that sort of thing. That chat on the screen is distracting me now, so I'm going to go back to my others. There we go. We'll get back to the question there because I'm waffling on just that one question. Start a topic. Red Rocket Reza says, start a topic. What's your astro sign? Well, I'm not into astrology per se, but I was born in September, so I believe I'm a Libra, if that's a thing. Late half of September puts me in the Libra category. My setup is Looking Anzi. I think that's Looking Snazzy. Yeah. I love my setup. It's pretty basic. This is basic. Let me walk you through. If you haven't been here before, what we've got is, because the background's the key, because you don't want this boring beige wall. I've got enough of it up here. That's why I'm covering it up with the event ticker there, and we have different scenes that sort of crop everything in a bit. But this is the main backdrop. We've got an 8-cube shelf system that I picked up for $35 from local Kmart. To the back of it, I tacked a blue LED strips, so there's like you get the blue glow behind it. Then behind some of the objects that are inside the cubes, I've got some LED candles that I picked up also from Kmart for about, I think they were $10 or $15 maybe up to $20, and put some batteries in them. Got the colour to match the blue as much as possible, so we're getting the whole blue glow thing. I bought this clock for the same purpose for this set. It's an opaque outside, so when that light's behind it, it glows blue. So you're just getting that whole blue effect. And then behind me here, we've got the don't quit sign. Now that can be interchanged out. I haven't changed that for a while. That says don't quit for a while. So that's supposed to be like motivational for everyone. And behind my head, let's go this way. Another light box. And then my Mac Mini is just doing a little rotation just to have something interesting over on this half of the screen, because otherwise I've just got the beige wall. Beige walls are boring. All right, I'm need to go back and look for the questions that I have missed. Looking snazzy was what we were talking about. Hashtag streamer goals, indeed. KathehFIT says, you look fine. It's looking good. Yeah, I think my white balance is a bit off, but I think that's just the amount of sunlight that's coming in the window. Sparky107107 is in the chat. Welcome. I need a sip. So why are you adding the chat to the stream when YouTube adds it in afterwards? Well, you can see now I only pulled that up because I was talking about the chat, so I pulled that in. I don't use that scene that often anymore. So, yeah, and you can see, yeah, you said that's better. Foulfish is in the house. G'day, Foulfish. He says, hi, Doug. Red Rocket says Libra, most likely, possibly Virgo. They're definitely Libra. Costume CEO, sorry to have an issue with typing. Well, we deciphered the code, so that's good. Sparky says, why do you want to help out other YouTube creators? What drives you? I think my main drive is I like helping people in the community. And it's more of a community building thing. And yeah, I just want, it's a help thing. That's why the motto of my channel is helping you with tech wherever possible. So if I can help, I will try and help. That's my basic motivation. And then KathehFIT says, I think Doug hasn't seen my question. I must have missed it. So if you can pop it back in there. Yes, I can see you popping it back in there. I must have missed it. I apologise if I missed it, it's a scroll. Costas here says, and I like the don't quit sign. I have to remember to change that up because I've had that for a few streams now. I'm going to change that up to something else, just for variety. By the next stream, I will try to remember. Okay, and the question was, the graphics, how did you make them? The lower third graphics, which aren't right here. Here it comes. Wait for it. If you talk about these ones, I did actually most of my graphics here for this live stream. I'm actually doing GIMP. So if you've got Photoshop, use Photoshop. And you've got GIMP. Let's. Is there any easy way to show this? Let's have a look. If I open GIMP, that's going to bog my computer down. But basically, I know what I can do. Give me a second. I may have a way to demonstrate. Let me just open up some stuff, and I need to come down here. Let's go to my live stream folder, and we'll We'll have a look at the elements. That's the way we can do it. Streaming folder. Let's minimize that and let's go to that. All right. The demonstration time. You can see on the screen here, this is my folder. I'm running a Mac, of course. But basically, I've got a whole bunch of files here. Now, for the lower thirds, I've got these ones here. Blank slide down to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. These are all just graphic elements that are the same dimensions as my stream, which I'm streaming at 720. So that's 1280 by 720. 1280 across the top, 720 down. Just because it's easier to stream that way. Even Nick Nimmin streams at that revolution. So basically what I've created, let's open, say, the Facebook one here. Should be able to open it. Basically, all this part here is actually transparent. That's why it's sort of grey, the same colour as the rest of the window. And you can see it sort of fades out, so you get that fade out effect. So basically, I've brought that into OBS using, let's have a look, let's go back to, let's close that. Go back to that camera there. I know I've got OBS is on my other screen, so I can't actually show it, but it's under, I've added to that particular scene, I've added what's called a slideshow. And so basically added those 4 files that I highlighted. I've added those, including one that's called blank. It's totally blank. There's nothing on it. I add it to the slideshow. And then I can put them in the order that I want them to come up, and then set a timer, so how long they stay up for. That's why it stays up for a certain amount of time, and then it slides out. And then it's blank because that's the blank file. And then the next one, like that Facebook one that's just come in, that stays up for the predetermined amount of time. That slides out, the blank one comes back in. And then once it gets to the bottom of that sequence, it rolls back up to the top. So it's just what's called a slideshow in OBS. So that's how to make it animate and change. Let's go back up and get the stuff that I've missed. So that's the question there. How do I do the graphics? So if there's other graphics on the program, say the ones with the cutout, like if I go to, that's the ticker. The ticker is basically a background and a foreground, and then the adding text in OBS with a scroll filter. It does that. I don't want to go to that one because that'll give away something. So if I go to this one here, basically I've got a graphic that's just transparent here where my picture is, and just this stuff of the socials. And so that's one scene. That's my live stream background, blue. My socials sort of listed there. So these are just image elements that are just brought in because they're static. They're just brought in as just a plain image. And then everything's layered so it's in the right spot. So you've got the camera at the back here, and then you've got I need to pointing backwards, and then you've got the image that's there, and then I've got another, that's a separate file there. It's actually 2 files. It's just the background and my logo brought in. It's just they're just all put in the right layers, so they're one on top of the other. So yeah, let's get back to the questions. So yeah, and I did that all in GIMP. Takes a bit of practice. It's like a free version of Photoshop. Does similar sort of stuff, but yeah, it's a bit of a learning curve for GIMP. It's not intuitive, probably as intuitive as Photoshop, but I haven't used Photoshop, so it's what I have and it's what's available. And as I go, I try and learn and get it dialed in as much as I can. Should have seen my first thumbnails I did in GIMP. They were pretty average. Sparky says, I like talking with you about stuff. Others, I think, don't take the time to really look and then help. You are down to earth. Well, thanks for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. That's what we like to do here. So I think sometimes this Aussie way is to be a bit more laid back and casual too. So I think it's a bit of the Aussie, and obviously my temperament as well. Red Rocket Resale says she's been helping people with Instagram lately and advice on how selling works on different shopping apps so people can sell online. Yeah, well, that's one thing that I'm starting to look at is merchandise. So I've been dabbling with Spreadshirt. So that's in the works. I've got a couple of logo designs which I actually posted on my Instagram just as just sort of test the waters and all that. So I don't know if people would want to put that sort of thing on T-shirts and stuff, but we'll see how we go. I think there's mugs and little badges and all sorts of stuff as well. But I need to come up with some more designs. And being creative in designing, I need to sort of sit down and do over and over. Because I'm more of a technical than a creative. So at first editing, I'm like, oh, and then I sort of you pick up principles, and then you can start getting better at in those different creative arenas. Like when I'm using GIMP to do artwork, it's like I didn't know what I was doing at the start. I'm like trying to figure it out, but because it's a mix of creative and technical. If you learn the technique, how to do stuff, and then you look at things. So if you look at some of the stuff that Nick Nemman does, people like that, Roberto Blake, and then you go, oh. You think, oh, stroke, put a bit of stroke, put a bit of drop shadow on that, and give it a bit of depth, give it a bit of three-dimensional, and using rule of thirds, there, to make your shots look good. You can do it with graphics, you do it with your thumbnails. So yeah, I don't know. I'm off on a tangent again. I'm just waffling now. Okay. There we go. Yeah, GIMP. It's GIMP. That's how far back in the chat I am. Okay. I need to get this chat to scroll so I don't miss stuff. Hey, Doug, what's your other channel about? The other channel that I've got that's active is it's a dash cam channel. So it's basically, as I'm driving down the road, I've got my dash cam going, and then it's, it's an acquired taste. It's like a certain subset. It's a certain niche of people that like that sort of thing, and so it's sort of people who, ignore road rules and run red lights and driving dangerously, that sort of stuff. So it's a bit of that. Now, I post upload once every 2 weeks on that channel on a Wednesday. So that's got a schedule because I don't want to be spending all my time on that because I've got so much footage on it, so I don't need to put out a lot of stuff. And that channel's actually going quite well. It's got it's a higher sub count than this channel so far, but it's been going longer, of course. And the views are really good. It was monetized before February 20, and then because I don't have 1,000 subs, I reckon the watch time wouldn't be an issue once I get to 1,000 subs. So just got to build that one up. But I really want to focus on this channel because this is the channel that helps people, and this is a channel that's more community based. Doing a dash cam channel when you're in Australia, your audience is people who maybe like cars, people that like road driving, people like see dodgy driving on the roads. Maybe they might be Aussies because there's a lot of Aussie channels. There's a couple of big ones that I get a lot of suggested traffic from, which is good, that are here in Australia. So sort of focusing on that, I'm in Brisbane, I'm in Australia, with the tags and with that sort of thing. So it's sort of geared, and it sort of hooks me up with some of those bigger channels that do that. There's a couple of channels that actually get featured on the local news. I'm not at that level yet, but usually it's if it's like an accident caught on camera, and a big smash or something like that. That's what gets featured on the news, and basically, so that drives a lot of traffic to those channels, which in turn, people see my videos and suggested, and then I get traffic from there as well. So I get a lot of views through suggested, particularly when one of those big channels posts their monthly video or their bi-weekly video or whatever their schedule is. So So yeah, that channel's good. That was a long answer about my other channel. I might promote that sometime. Let me. I don't even have that in here, do I? Let me post this one. See if that works. I need to be further down the chat to see if that works. Red Rocket Reese says, always enjoyed my Aussie gaming friends. There's a couple of Aussie gamers. My first channel that I did videos on was actually a Minecraft gaming channel, and that was before I did the Dashcam channel. That was way before this channel. When I was sort of more watching, because I was only watching people on YouTube and watching quite a few Minecraft content, and that's what got me sort of into that, because that was about the only game I played, because I'm not really a gamer, but Minecraft I enjoyed. So I was doing stuff there, and I had some tutorials and had some sort of Let's Plays. Did a little bit of that. One of my tutorials got a little bit more traffic than the rest of the videos. Did some streaming on Mixer back when it was Beam, but I sort of stepped away from that because gaming is, I'm not a gamer. So if something happens in Minecraft, and I'm sort of dead in the water because I only play Minecraft. so that's my other channel. That's out there too, but I haven't posted to that in like a year. I think my last video on there went up April last year. So I've sort of abandoned that channel, but it's there. People still watch it. It's all good. I occasionally see a sub tick up one, which is handy. Sparky says, I have a hard time with the learning curve. LOL, scared of messing it all up. Sometimes you got to be afraid to make mistakes and then sort of figure out what you've done and sort of re-engineer it back to where you should be. Unless it's something physical that you're going to break, like dropping a camera on the cement or something like that, that's pretty dangerous. But if it's on a computer or over software based, then there's something you should be able to dial something back or get back to the last good settings, as we used to say in IT. What's it called? It's when you wind it back, restore. Oh dear, my brain's not working. Yeah, Sparky says he's not good on a computer. Yeah, a lot of people like that. So but it's by using it and by doing stuff, then you get confident in whatever you happen to be doing, whether it's Excel spreadsheets or just a Word document. After a while, you sort of pick stuff up and you get better at it. Or if it's just like accessing an email. And Crypto Cruising says, does anyone find Morning Fame confusing? Let me know which part of Morning Fame you're having trouble with. So if I'll either agree or might be able to point you in the right direction. So that's Crypto Cruising. Red Rocket says, Mercy by Amazon, which I think is merch by Amazon. Yes. Design is everything, though. To sell a shirt has to stand out. Yeah, that's what I'm just dabbling at the moment to come up with some designs. So obviously trying to design stuff around this channel. So that's where I'm at. So I'm trying to use my tagline, helping you with tech wherever possible, trying to incorporate that. Fantastic Joe, welcome to the stream. He says, hey, Doug the Hammer Hewson. Love it. Part two, actually, if anybody hasn't seen part one of my moderation two-parter, that was up beginning of the week. I'm doing the finishing touches on part two. So that should be up early in the new week, Monday, Tuesday. That's my plan. I just got to put the finishing touches on the edit. So that's part two, which is the nuts and bolts on how to moderate. Some tips on how to behave as a moderator, what you do, what to look out for, and the tools that YouTube give you. So be looking out for that one on Monday, Tuesday. And if you haven't watched the first one, watch the first one. I'll have them all linked in cards once I've got them both up. They'll be linked to each other, and also I'm going to put them in the playlist. I'm going to make a playlist with those two plus the super chat one I did. So I'm going to call it the YouTube live streaming playlist. So it's not my live streams, but it's about how to live stream. So we'll talk about, there's already a video on Super Chat, and there'll be these two on moderation. So probably down the road, or maybe look at some OBS tutorials possibly. I know there's a dime a dozen. There's OBS tutorials. I haven't really given it a lot of thought about doing that sort of thing. So I may or may not. Maybe I'll look at some of the other features. Maybe look at the YouTube side of things. Maybe how to do simple YouTube streams without all the fancy stuff. You know, using the browser features and the webcam. We'll cover all that. Sparky107 says, can you see on my channel a shirt as seen on YouTube? Many model railroaders are using it now. See on your channel a shirt. Okay. Oh. Got me intrigued. Let's have... I'll see if I can see it real quick as I'm scrolling through the chat. I think I'm near the bottom. Sparky says, I've been on the Great Ocean Road. Wow, there's a dashcam video to do. Yeah, Great Ocean Road must be interesting. I haven't been down there because that's down in Victoria and in Melbourne. But I haven't been. Check that out. Costume CEO says, have you met the other model railroad creator? Is that Ron? Are we talking about Ron, who's in the nickname in Discord? I think that's the one you're talking about. Ron's Trains. Ron's Train. What's he called it? I got Sparky's video playing in the background. How do I mute that? Come on, Chrome. Mute the video. Mute site. Boom. I've changed over to Chrome for live streaming, so it's... what am I doing? Anyway. Yeah, I think it's Ron's Trains. He's in Nick's Discord, so you can catch up with him there. Okay, my link I posted, pressing my little button on my Stream Deck to my website. Now, I think I posted that because there is, if you look around, there's something called Associated Channels. It'll have a link to my Dashcam channel if you really want to check it out. It's nothing like this channel, I tell you. It's completely different. Go Peppy Go says, too bad life doesn't have a restore button. Too true, definitely. You can't take stuff back, can you? Costume CEO says, had someone on Fiverr design some shirts. That's pretty cool. I'll look into that one day, but I'm not... I don't have a lot of confidence in Fiverr yet. After looking at a tweet I saw from Roberto Blake earlier this week, I'm very concerned with the integrity of some of the creators there. Obviously, there's a lot of good ones, but yeah. Fantastic Yo says, yeah, looking forward to that. I think we're talking about the next video, the moderator video. Sparky says, I put up a link to the T-shirts. Hope you can see it. Well, I got your channel up, so let's see if I can find a link to your T-shirts. I'm interested in seeing what the design's like. Oh, maybe it's in a video, in a description. Let me look at your most recent video. We're checking it out. See if I can find your link. Not seeing links. Oh, is it like a card, is it? So I have to like actually watch the video to find it? Because there's no links in your description of your Wednesday night live chat for April 4. Actually, let me go back. Let's look at the one before that, just in case. No links in that description either. So yeah, I'm not sure how to find that link. Anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time looking for it. Fantasy Joe's heading out for a few cold beers. Have a cold one on me. We'll talk to you later, Joe. Yeah, yes, Ron. That's the only train guy that comes to mind, so I'm glad I got that right. Hans Holtz is in the stream. Welcome, Hans Holtz. Don't know if I think this is... I'm a decent Christian and Republican. I think Trump is Jesus. I don't think Trump is Jesus. I don't have anything against Donald Trump, and I'm not American, so he's not my president. So, but yeah, he's a little dodgy. But good on you for being a Republican and a Christian. I don't have any problem with either of those two things. I don't care if you're a Democrat or independent or Episcopalian or any of these others. All right. I think I might need the mods. Hands, you're spamming the chat and it's sort of off-topic stuff. So if I see any more like that, I'm going to have to mod myself. So I'm doing my modding verbally, which is very rare. So I don't have any issue with your beliefs, but yeah, it's not what this stream's about, eh? All we Americans keep our loyalty. Well, if I was American, stand for the flag and honour the country. But I'm an Aussie, so Aussie, oi, oi, oi. So yeah, you can stay in the stream, but no more Trump and Jesus stuff. Although, I have no problems with Jesus because Jesus rocks. But that's not what the stream's about. Spark, I think he's killed the stream. Everybody's gone quiet. Oh, somebody speak, please. Somebody speak. All right. Questions, tech, YouTube, anything. If you've got it, you can post it now or forever hold your questions. So let's put them in there, and then we might move on to another section of the show. Oh, let's do that because I didn't do that last week. So let's look at. People still here. People weren't driven away by our friend in the chat there. If anything else is an issue, I will do a timeout or something. But it's more of a sporting thing, Sparky. The Aussie, oi, oi, oi. So it's a bit of a chant. It's like go Maple Leafs, go! Woo! It's go Aussie. Come on, Aussie. Back in the day, back when I was a kid, when the cricket was on in the summer, it's come on, Aussie. Janie, Multiple Solutions, welcome to the stream. I enjoy new people coming into the stream midstream. I think that's awesome. KathehFIT says, how do I stream with such confidence? Don't ask me. I have no clue. I just have fun. I think I'm just having fun because before I started streaming, because I've only started doing this like to camera since February, so I just watched a few live streams. Maybe I picked up a few things from Nick Nimmin and Brian G. Johnson. I don't know. Oh dear. All right, let's go to a segment that we didn't do last week, but we're going to do this. We're going to have a quick look at what's in my sub feed. I have no idea because I haven't had a proper look today, but let's go over and have a look what's in my sub feed right now. And I'm going to get my first trial of my using the... Come on. Oh, you got to right click. No. All right. Change the color. Let's try that. All right. We've got a markup tool, so we're all happening. All right, I have no idea what's in here. We've got Black Magic video from DSLR Movie Studio. A little bit of lag there. We've got something from Movie Nerds, who's one of Nick Nimmin's part-time moderators. They're an Aussie movie channel talking about Rian Johnson's Star Wars cancelled. Oh, there we go. If anyone in the movie news. We've got Brian's stream here from today. Savage Scientist is one of my... subscribers, has got one of his Uber videos by the looks of things. Looks like it's a live 24-minute live video done from his car. Jamie Hughes, another movie person there. He's also somebody who's in some of the live streams from some of the YouTube experts. Film Riot. So if you're into filming and sort of the high-end production stuff, you've got Film Riot there, talking about editing Ballistic, which I think is their current project. Think Media, Sean Cannell, my friend Sean Cannell. Well, he's not my friend, but he feels like a friend. Best vlogging camera in 2018, the new Canon M50 review. So check that out. I haven't watched that one yet. Most of these I haven't watched. We've got Tube Buddies put up a tutorial with Dusty Porter. Oh, that's it. Express Podcast. How to present yourself on camera for success. There we go. I see DC Scrap and Roosters in the house. Yeah, none of my mods have joined in today, have they? Oh, what's going on? There's a hidden message there from Sparky. I'm just going to bring that up there. If you go to my channel, search fashion statement. This is a specific video. Okay. When I go back over, I'll have a look. Gotcha. Who else is in here? Janie says, thank you very much for your video, helping make 9,400 and 7,000 watch hour subscribers in 2 months. Awesome. Awesome. Which video in particular was helpful to you, Janie? That'd be interesting for me to know. I'm happy to find that out. Video by Eyesight Build here. Herman at Eyesight Build, why I should subscribe. I've watched a lot of Herman's videos lately. I need to get back to checking those. His tend to be the longer format, even when they're like not live ones. They're like 40 minutes. That's sort of, you got to make a commitment to hit play on those sorts of videos. That's just my opinion. That's just for my viewing habits. Ross Siller's photographer. He's got 2 channels. He's got the Ross Siller's business one, and he's got this one specific on photography. He gives some interesting thoughts. He's a professional photographer and talks about business and social media and stuff as well. Bart Johnson Productions, another video production one. Mike Russell, who we talked about earlier, Adobe Audition, Match the Loudest and True Peak. That'll be one to watch for sure. I'll check that one out later. Epos Vox, who's a tech/gamer. That channel is mainly a technology channel. He does a lot of channel reviews on different products. Dr. Stan, who's one of our community. He's on Brian and Nick streams a lot on why he makes YouTube videos. That's going to be an interesting video to watch. Everyone should check that one out. Dr. Sten's a very good contributor to the whole community. I think we're caught up on most of the ones that I've come in since I looked. This is only 10 hours back. Another one for video influencers on 5 ways to make money. And Owen Video has got a new channel trailer. I'll be interested to check that out. So it's 1 minute 38 seconds. So it gives you some idea of what sort of lengths you should be doing on your channel videos. All right, let's head back to... I'm not going to go any further through my sub, but that's a little segment we did a couple of streams ago. I thought I'd throw that one back in there. Let's get back on camera. And now I've got to go back and find out what I've missed in chat. I need to do a little intro that plays. It says, what's in my sub feed? That pops up. Or video animation. Okay, we're talking about some railroad stuff. Yes, DC Scrapper Rooster. We said hi to DC. Welcome to the stream again. Jamie Hughes is your YouTube friend. Indeed. I don't always get to watch all those videos either. Sometimes they come up and I just don't get a chance to look at them. So, but I'm trying to support people I know and this channel. I try and subscribe to the videos that are going to be helpful to my channel, like tech and technology, IT, filming type channels, photography, editing. But then I also subscribe to people who are in this community as well. And I've got a whole other channel that's just my viewing channel where I just, if I'm on the TV, I'll just sit down and watch other stuff like Minecraft videos and movie reviews and different things like that. KathehFIT says, I see Dusty. Yes, he was on one of the Tube Buddy videos there, doing his Tube Buddy Express podcast. Okay, Crypto Cruisy's got to go. He's going to go live himself. So have a great stream, Crypto. We'll talk to you later in the Discord. Miles Miles says, how do I get a review? You will find out soon enough, my friend. We're going to get to that portion of the show very soon. I haven't revealed the secret entry method for today's looking at channels process. We're testing. I like to test things out on the streams. I like to do things differently. Sometimes I'll change something up week to week. Like last couple of times, last 2 streams we had a Google Doc form, and so I got people to submit their channels through the Google Doc form. This week we're not doing that. I'm not telling you what we're doing until we get to it. And no, it's not trivia. Because that's been done before. Oh, yeah, I haven't used my sound effects today. Costume Care says fanfare sound effect. I haven't used my sound effects today. You know what? I totally forgot. They were there. So somebody's calling out Owen. It was Red Rocket Resells. I was just shouting at a friend. Some people saying goodbye. Another Miles says, hey, Dan. Is Dan in? Oh, Dan's in here. Dan. How's it going, Dan? Creative Fundamentals in the house, in a restaurant, so you can't hear the sound. We want to support the moderator extraordinaire. This big thumbs up is for Dan. Welcome, Dan. Good stream on with Dusty on the weekend as well. I'm trying to get caught up on the stream again. All right, hands. You know, this is not a religious and or political stream. So as much as I love you, I don't really know you, but so make sure I do this. Boom. That's what happens when I don't have mods and I'm halfway up the troll. So we've dealt with that now. I have to mod my own stream. What's going on? Oh, now I'm going to jump back up and make sure I haven't missed anything. Oh, you got sound effect fanfare. I'm going to try a live stream swap meet where people can buy and sell model train videos. Do you think this will work? If you've got a good community and connections with other like-minded model railroad people, if you already build up your stream where you're going to have people who might want to be interested in that sort of thing, I think that's probably a really good idea. So yeah, if you can advertise it in the social groups, with those train groups that are on Facebook or Reddit or wherever you hang out with the model railroaders already, that would be fantastic. If you can sort of build some buzz around it and get people in there, it could be a really good stream. Yeah. Very much based around the niche that you're in, so that's awesome. It's all right, Sparky. You don't have to worry about blocking hands. I gave him a timeout because, I gave him verbal warnings and it was fine. I was like, well, hi, he's a bit enthusiastic. He stopped and then he come back in and started doing it again. So, time out, my friend, hands. I love you, but I got to time you out because you're in my chat getting up to business that isn't any business of this chat. If you want to do a live stream and talk about Trump and Republicans and Jesus, then by all means, go ahead and do your live stream on that subject and have a good time. Janie Multiple C says, but my channel didn't monetize. Please help me. Okay, give us some more information on what you mean by my channel didn't monetize. I'm assuming you mean you reached 1,000 subs, 4,000 hours of watch time, and you're waiting for the manual review. That's my assumption, but if it's different, let me know, and we'll see if we can sort of let you know what's going on. KathehFIT says he was getting annoying. Absolutely, because especially when it's off topic that much, If that's what we're talking about in the stream, then hey. But that's not what we're talking about in the stream. This is a stream about helping you with tech wherever possible. We're talking about doing Q&A, hanging out, live stream about tech questions, YouTube, social media, shooting the breeze around those topics and around this community. That is not what this community is about. So goodbye, hands. And when you see someone with a icon, it's just the default letter H and the color. YouTube, they haven't even bothered personalizing their profile. You can tell it's possibly a troll. If he comes back after the timeout and continues, I'll drop the ban hammer. If only Beanie was here, I'd love to see Beanie drop the ban hammer on that guy. Anyway, let's get back to the stream. Red Rocket Resell says, got to go. See you in Nick Nimmons' stream. I'll catch you then. I'll be there. So Smokey's asking me, do I want to buy train stuff? I have absolutely no train stuff. I've watched some of that stuff on YouTube. I watched some of the model trains and garden trains and stuff like that. But it's not a hobby I'm getting into just yet. But we'll, make sure we'll check the stream out for sure. If it's 7 p.m. Eastern, April 11, what's the date today? It's the 6th. So in about 5 days, we'll try and bookmark that and pop in when it's on. I'll probably be at work because it'll be morning my time, so I'll see what I can do just to pop by and give you some moral support. Here we go. That's why it was annoying, because it was off topic and just kept pushing. Yeah, and because I was trying to keep it, I was back in the chat. I didn't see it come in, and that's where having the moderators. So instead of having 3 today I've got 0. So we might need to appoint some. I know Red Rocket's a moderator for Nick Nimmon. I should have maybe appointed her, but she's gone now. But that's okay. I can handle the moderator duties on a stream this size, I'm sure. Okay, let's get back to that question from Joni, because says costume. Yeah, I've missed the conversation. Did you apply for AdSense program? Yeah. I take it, Joni, you're just waiting on that manual review. What date did you get the green ticks on both those 1,000 and where you had, they're both activated and you went into review mode? So how long ago was that? Was it recently, or was it way back in January? Was it last month in March? Like, how long ago was it? So that will sort of determine, because I know I saw a tweet from Dan at Creative Fundamentals, who's in the stream, who I just read a question and I thought it was from someone else, and it just did my head in. Oh boy, I don't know what I was thinking. Back to Janie's question. Yeah, let us know in the chat there how long ago, because I know they're saying for the people who are coming in now, they're saying in the coming months. So it means that they're that backlogged that it might take a couple of months to get not enabled. I know it's not enabled, but are you waiting for a manual review? Is that why it's not enabled, or is there another issue that you are not able to enable it? Are you like community striked or something else superfluous to the YouTube partner program? Or you just haven't turned it on? Okay, there's a question in here in the meantime from KathehFIT. Okay, so I have a question about lives. How do you get people to come to your live if you're a small channel? That's a great question, and I consider myself a small channel because I'm under 300 subs at the moment. I just go live because YouTube at a certain level is promoting live streams, and then because I do have some subs already, they're going to see the live, and at least some of them are going to come in. And because I've been active in a community, which in this case is this YouTube community, especially being moderator for Nick and Brian and that, and Dan, of course, who's in the chat, Creative Fundamentals. Just because I'm involved in those communities, people recognize my name, and because they've subbed and they recognize my name, then I go live, they tend to jump in. So the other things you could probably do is, before you go live, like an hour before, half an hour before you go live, is drop some posts in, say, Instagram or Twitter. I went blank there for a second. Facebook, Reddit, wherever you're in communities based around your niche, just to let them know, hey, I'm going to go live, if it's permitted, of course, and you can provide your live link as well. Yeah, and then people start coming in, and sometimes random people like our friend that I timed out comes in. I don't know where he's come from. He's just seen that someone's live, so he's jumped in. So people sometimes just jump in on lives, and that's sometimes why you get trolls. But you know, some of the people, a lot of the people in the chat now are people I've seen come in from various parts of the community. I've seen them on Nick's stream, Creative Fundamental stream, Brian's stream, even Roberto's stream, which I don't make live that often because he often streams the same time as Brian, which he did today. So I watch those on replays. And we've got some stuff here. Kathy says, I'm happy to be part of this community. Yes, awesome, isn't it? I like community. I like hanging out with people in the community. That's where the Nick's Discord's been good, been people jumping in, asking questions. I'm a moderator on the Discord as well, so, people tend to ask you more questions when you're recognised as a moderator. So that's probably why I'm already getting a certain amount of people in my streams, and, I'm happy for it to increase. Make sure you hit the like button on the stream and share it out as well in your little group of people that you might want to share it with. So there's my plug. Let's throw that in there. Sparky says, we have a group that all promotes the others through the week. That's pretty cool. If you've got some people who are like-minded that want to get involved with that and commit to that, that's an awesome thing to have. I think we do that on a casual way. Like I know my mods like Beanie and Car Galaxy Studios and Rodney, and then even when other people, if something's on, I'll jump in their stream to give them support. Like Drew, who at British Cook, he's a mod on Creative Fundamental stream. He's also involved in Brian's Tube Ritual community. So I jump in. He's a cooking channel, and I don't tend to watch cooking channels that much, but I jump in on his streams and give him some support. If I see someone I know that they're going to go live, it's something I'm committed to watching the whole stream, and I know they're about to go live, I'll tweet out Nick's stream. I'll post it on Facebook. Do the same for Brian. Particularly the ones I moderate on Dan's stream, I do that as well. I just try and, as a member of the community, I try and promote the stuff that I'm involved with as well into my little subset of Twitter or Facebook or whoever. In Facebook, I tend to post them in the groups rather than on my fan page. That's my little tip, because there's more people in those groups who are probably interested in Nick or Brian streaming, so that's where I post them. Janie says, do you remember today is your channel birthday? I had something come up on my Twitter that says it's my Twitter birthday too. Is it 12 months? This is 12 months of my channel, and I didn't even know it. It might be. I'll check that out. It's very possible because it was about April last year. So thanks for pointing that out, Janie. Big high five to Janie for pointing out that it's my channel birthday. I didn't have anything pop up to tell me. So maybe it's just happened in the last couple of hours since I've looked at my YouTube channel. So maybe I should have got a cake or something if I'd known. Have we got any? We can give ourselves a round of applause, can't we? Sparky says that he's seen me on Brian's stream and that I'm a mod, so then he come over here because I'm a mod, I'm on Brian's stream, I know who you are. Oh, okay, I'll come check you out. Sparky says, Doug, I think you do a great job at mod, honestly, in Nick's stream. Yeah, Nick's stream's a challenge. He has, sometimes he has up to about 200 people at once in chat. I think he's gone up over about 220 at one point on one stream, but usually it sort of levels back to about 160, 170 during the stream, and then Then after a while, it might drop back to about 130. But, you know, to get that sort of consistency through a 3, 4, 5, 6 hour stream, let's hope it doesn't go that long. Oh, takes a lot out. It takes a lot out of you when you're modding for the whole time too. Sometimes you got to get up, take a break, walk away. And because we've got like quite a number of mods in next stream, it helps. If I was like a solo mod, like I'm in Brian's stream, on a stream that's 5 or 6 hours, I think I would go crazy. But having a mod team is a good strategy. Like I've already got 3 mods on here, and I'm not a big live streamer or channel yet, but I've already got 3 mods going today. I've got none of them here, but I've got 3 mods going so far. People who I know I trust, like Beanie, and they're, you know, I don't know where I was going. What was the question? I've missed that. Okay, that was Sparky's question about he's seeing me as a mod on Brian's channel and comes over. Go Pappy Go says, birds of a feather stick together. Yeah, we're all got like-minded. We're all meshing in that YouTube community area. We have a common interest there, so that's where we cross over, and that's where why we can talk about this sort of stuff and have a live stream. Kathy says, I'm a ninja though. I need to get a little ninja mask and sword. Yeah, that sounds about right. 12 months. 12 months on this channel. So 12 months we've reached what's our current sub count? Do I still have the sub count thing on here? No, I don't. I took it off. Hang on. I took it off. I don't have it set up. Let me go have a look. I'm on my channel after all. Over here. If I go to home, how do I get my arrow back? Oh, I got close. Here we go. Let's bring this up. There we are. There's a live stream. That's meta. I'm looking at my live stream on my channel. Where's my banner? Why is my banner not coming up? I'm on my homepage. Why is my banner not coming up? Is this something to do with Chrome? This must be something to do with Chrome. I don't understand what's going on. See if that does it. There we are. 285 subs. Well, we'll get some cake in chat here. Oh, I'm missing this. See, there are. I'm 285 subs. So 12 months, 285 subs. You know, that's the main. That's probably the main thing I'm proud of. My watch time and views aren't quite up there the same way, so I need to sort of start working on that and be more regular on my posts, particularly my pre-made videos. The live streaming's only started in February, so we're starting to try roll out the live streaming every week if possible. And I've got somebody whippersnipping their backyard out my window. So if you can hear that, that's what that is. Hopefully my Mike Russell filters are filtering that out. Costume CS says, I think that if you support creators, they'll support you. It's a very generous community. Absolutely. Sparky says, I might get you a cake, but I might eat it too. Yeah, and if you send it from where you are, Sparky, over to here, it's probably going to be stale by the time I get it. Even by FedEx. Go Pappy Go says, Brian misses you if you're not there. Yeah, oh, I'm sure he does. When I'm popping the stream, he's like, oh, Doug's in the stream. I feel bad if I let him down. If he start, because the problem with Brian is he doesn't have a standard starting time, so he'll start when he's, I'm just going to go live now, and it might be an hour or two before I actually, expecting him to go live. So with the time difference, that's early in the morning my time, and because of the daylight saving change in the US. He was streaming around the 8 a.m. for me, and then with the live stream, I thought it would move back to 7, and now he's starting around my 6 a.m. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Mountain Time does something different to the rest of the US. But it's like a couple of hours earlier than what it was during my summer or during your winter, so I don't know. And that's an early time to get up. And then I stay up all day, and then Nick Nemmen's stream for me, starts at 11 p.m. tonight. So I tend to stay up until 11 p.m. and then that goes for 5 or 6 hours. So I'm going to bed tomorrow morning at about 4 or 5 a.m., which is what I did last week. It was like 4:30 a.m. is when I go to bed after Nick Nimmon's stream. So I'm up for Brian's stream. I'm up all day doing stuff, doing my housework, live streaming if I actually live stream like I am this week. And then I'm up till, so hopefully early this evening I can have a nap. I'm not a real good napper, but I might need to learn from Beanie and have a nap. So help me with that if you can. Anyway, let's get back to the chat here. Sparky says I got 285. Yep, we got there eventually. And Janie spent a whole heap of birthday cakes and candles, and because there were so many, the filter pulled up. Because it's a celebration, I'm going to show it. Normally I just leave it hidden because it's like emoji spam. But because it's all to do with cakes and birthday of my channel, I'll just make it appear. So let's just back up the chat a little bit for everyone to look at. Lots of candles and cake and balloons and presents and smiley faces. And some of them are upside down. Okay, there's some conversation happening there. That's great. Doug, maybe we do how-to video once a week, how to add banners, or other things to make channels better. Yeah, I've got a list. I need to get back to my list, and sometimes I get inspiration, so I jump on my inspiration. So I do have a list of stuff that I might have something going on or something planned, but then if I get an inspiration or an idea from the community, then I might jump on that instead ahead of some other stuff. I haven't actually looked at my list of ideas for quite a while because I've had all this after I did the super chat one, and I had the idea for the moderation videos. I've been working on those pretty much, and then I repurposed the one that went live this morning, which is the one on the Rode Smart Lab Plus. That was a repurpose from a collab I did on a Dutch YouTuber's channel where I had to pick a piece of kit and talk about that. So I repurposed that into a video for my channel. I did that like a month or two back. So I repurposed that during the week. Make sure I posted that for today just to get more content out for you guys. Janie Multiple Solutions says 7 watching 7. That's how many people's watching. That's probably right. I don't. If I flicked to my live stream tab, I'd probably see that. My dashboard. Go Peppy Go says we're a little late today. Understand you probably didn't get much sleep. Yeah, I stayed up later than I should have. I was going to go to bed early last night knowing that I had to get up early for Brian's stream, and I failed. So yes. Costume CEO says there, that's definitely a lot of emojis. Normally I'd leave it like that's one of my, if you look at my moderation, my part 2 for my moderation videos going up, we talk about excessive emojis. Normally that would get, that's why the filters picked it up, because excessive emojis, it goes bam, excessive emojis. That's a YouTube thing. And so I had to actually go into the settings and show that on purpose. Normally I wouldn't show that on purpose, but because it's a birthday thing of the channel, we'll let it slide. So yeah, if you tend to go emoji happy in people's chats, just make sure you don't overdo it, because you might get auto filtered and or moderated on some of the streams. KathehFIT says, I need more people here. Yeah, share it out. Invite people. Tell people to jump in. We're going to try and hit this sort of time slot. Maybe I probably would prefer to start an hour earlier for you guys, because that shouldn't cross out. I'll like to get done with Brian's stream, have breakfast, and then get prepared for the stream. Today I had to drive my daughter to a meeting she had at 10 a.m, so I couldn't start till 11 a.m. Sparky says, how do you personalize your thumbnails? Now, is that a different question from how do I create my thumbnails? I use Canva for that. I guess you're talking about the different pictures of my face. Let's look at the... Are you talking about, like, if you look at these recent ones, you've got this picture here, this picture. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing because I don't have the pen up. We'll leave that pop down, like the picture there, and then you got this one here. Oh, double line. These lines are delayed. And I quite like that one I just did with the moderator with the live chat behind my head there. I quite like that one. I sort of come up with that one on the fly. I like that one. And then sort of I did the Road Lab one next, and I sort of borrowed the same sort of theme, adding a very large image behind the text in my head. So is that the sort of thing we're talking about? How do you do the cutout? I have a video on that. There's a video, my best selling video on my stream is, well, this is related to it, the background remover revisited. That's only got 171 views. That's a new improved version of the same thing, but the original one, if I can find it, this one here, you see it's got like 4,300 views, 4.3k views. They're both on the same software, which is on my iPad, which is Photoshop Mix. And that's how I do it. You can do it a number of ways. You can do it in Photoshop. You can do it in GIMP. It's a little bit fiddly, but this is super simple. Just using the touch screen of your tablet. Photoshop Mix, I think, is available on both iOS and Android. So I just import my picture into Photoshop and use the cutout tool. And both those two videos explain it. The second one explains it better because I talk about more of the features. But the first one is just the basic. I've just cut it out, and that's all I've done. And that one's done really well. I think I must have either got into suggested or I'm in search for background removal or something like that. You know, I try and do my tags well each time for that. But that's my biggest video on my channel for views, and that was like 9 months ago. It was one of my first videos. So yeah, but I also recommend this one here that I did, background removal revisited, because that's where I revisited it and walked through it again and then talked about all the cutout features instead of just the one that I did on the first video. So let's get back to the camera. Here we go. Cutting out, yep. Look at my thumbnails. Brian G says I need them all to say Sparky 107 107 somehow. Yeah, maybe not in words, but in vibe, like your logo or your I'm having a mental blank, logo, or you're saying it by having your face on the screen, or by your font, your color scheme that you're using across all your thumbnails. So it's saying Sparky 107 as a vibe, not as literally saying that in text. That would be my. Let's close. No, let's do that. Did I turn that off? Okay. Let's do this for a second so we can have a look at what Sparky's talking about. If I can get this open. Just waiting for stuff to open here in the background. And we'll jump over. Here we go. Okay, it's just loading up. This is Sparky's channel here. See, most of your thumbnails are just photos. I can see. I can't. This on. Oh, let's get my pen. The red will do. The red will do. See, on my screen here, looking at these two thumbnails here, and this one here. I can see there's information here. Something says something about. I can only read the YouTube part, and there's like a plaque or a mug in both these pictures. I don't know if that's to do with talking about that particular video or stream. But But that's just a photo as a thumbnail. It's like either a screenshot or whatever. So yeah, you do that by what's called branding. Your branding elements on the screen. So say, let me scroll up here. So even the train, because I remember we looked at your channel a couple of weeks ago. This train in your icon here, it took me a while to figure out it was a train when I first looked at it, I remember. But if that was like a proper Sparky 107 logo somehow, instead of just a picture that's turned into a profile picture, you could bring that down and incorporate that into your thumbnail, and that would tell me, hey, this is a video from Sparky 107. Just like the banner, say you were going to use this purple and blue in the profile picture. So it's a completely different picture than what's being used up here in the banner. So what you want to do is have this match up with this match up with all your thumbnails. That's what Brian's talking about. Just as a very broad matching thumbnails. Colored text, yeah, you've got colored text here on this one. And because they're straight over a photo, they're probably harder to read. That pink bit at the bottom, I can see that says paint, lights and sounds in yellow. The pink I can't read. This is just looking at I'm looking at a 11-inch screen, so it's not real big. But remember, a lot of people are watching on mobile and tablets, so their thumbnails are going to be quite small on their screen. So that's what you got to look out for, is not too many words because on your thumbnail, because people can't read them if it's too small. And you've already got a title on your video anyway, so if they want to look at the title, they can see it there. So you just want like 3 or 4 words max, maybe 5 words that gives a vibe of what your video is about. And yeah, maybe come up with a color scheme that works for your banner, that will work in your profile picture, and then will come down and also work in your thumbnail. And just do start with a thumbnail, start with a color in the background that's part of your theme. There's something that Brian recommends that's a color matching a group of colors that go together. Like a certain green goes with a certain purple, goes with a certain brown, goes with a certain orange or whatever. There's websites, if you search color palettes on Google, it'll come up with some sites where if you pick a color, it'll tell you all the colors that match with that color, so that you can come up with a color scheme that's going to work for your channel. And the color scheme is something that's going to be part of your branding. The text you decide to use, probably 2, maybe 3 fonts max. So find 1, 2 or 3 fonts, and they work together as well. So 2 to 3 fonts that work together, colors that work together, and incorporate all that into your banner, into your profile picture, and into your thumbnails. So you get that vibe. And then I would use, there's 2 things I would use as a picture on your thumbnails, and that's either like one of the engines or cabs or something of your train. I'd probably go with one, or maybe if that's the theme of your video. Like in this third video here, you've got this one here. Imagine if you could cut that out, put that on your background, have that pop out a little bit, have that on that side, have your text in here that says Union Pacific, or the Spirit of Union Pacific, or maybe Union Pacific 1943, or whatever that's all you need to say, because your full title's here. You don't need to repeat your title. And we've probably getting some comments in here in the chat as well. See what people are saying. And it's ticking. And getting the chat in the right spot is always a challenge. My blue shirt. I've got, blue shirt. I just saw the comment from the Costume CEO about my blue shirt. I've got this darker blue shirt, and I've got a lighter blue shirt, which matches my background better. And I try and wear, if I'm doing a live stream or a video, I've decided I probably need to try and wear those shirts. I know in my most recent video, I think I had on a Pepsi shirt for my moderator part 2 one. So anyway, we'll get there. Good night, DC Scrap and Roosters. Got to run. Thanks for popping by. Costume CS says, for Sparky, your thumbs don't have your channel name on them. So yeah, so there's two ways you can do the channel name on there. It's either your channel logo, or you can say Sparky 107 107. But because that's quite a long name, like that's what, over 10 characters, like 12-ish characters, give or take. It would look too small if it was on the profile picture or logo. So maybe you can come up with a logo that's based around a train or a cab that you really, that's part of your setup, or something that you really like, or a close up of that. Maybe you can put just 107 on the logo, because once you get to the thumbnail, you can see that we know that we're on your channel, or if it's on suggested, it's going to say Sparky 107 107 under the video, so that's cool. So I'd be working about figuring out what your color is going to be, what two to three fonts that work together is going to be, and incorporate those into your thumbnails, into your banner, into your profile picture. So it's about branding. It's about being uniform across your channel, so that, say, compare it to my channel, which we were looking at before with the blue. We had the color blue. So what goes with the blue? I've mainly gone for the white text, and I've got a bit of a grey to black drop shadow on that. So they're all the colors I'm using. I did, on some of my earlier thumbnails, I had a purple as well that Canva suggested was a good color to go with my blue. But in a review, I was told that color didn't really work. So I've stopped using that because it wasn't consistent across all my thumbnails. It was just only in some of my quick tip videos. And I think I tried to put it into some of my early live stream thumbnails, and it didn't really work. It was like a purple. The colors went together, but because I wasn't using it consistently, it looked out of place. So I'm using my blue and my white text. I'm using about two different fonts in Canva consistently, and I'm using my face somehow on that as well. So I've got different poses that I've taken photos off. I've got them cut out and ready to go for my thumbnails. KathehFIT says, that's insane, 43K. Was it? I think it was 4.3K. If it's 43K, I'm shocked, but I think it was 4,300. 4.3K, so 4,300. So yeah, Brian G, I need to catch up on my chat. Here we go. I'm going to go back to my camera. There we go. I'm still here. We've looked at some of these already. I need to scroll. Select the one on my right, top left corner. Yeah, so either, I think I was talking about putting either maybe a picture of the train or cab that you might be using in the video or something like that, or your face cut out, sort of similar like what I got, cut out, big, bold. So say, oh, okay, so we know that you're Sparky. So you can say, hey, this is a video from Sparky because I can see Sparky's on the thumbnail, or you've got your logo on it and you've got your train, or you're focusing on that one element of what the video is about. So yeah, something to look at, and thumbnails are a work in progress. I don't think you can dial in your thumbnails in one hit. It's like a progression. You should. I redid all my thumbnails from my early videos because they were completely different, and I was using screenshots and just putting text on them and doing different things. And I started to dial it in. Like I've got, I'm going to have more dialing in the future, but for now, I'm happy with what I've got, and then I know that later when I revisit thumbnails, I'm going to dial that in some more. So yeah, it's a work in progress, and it's all about dialing it in. So a thumbnail doesn't have to be part of the video yet, not be clickbait. Yeah, the thumbnail's got to communicate what your video is about, so it doesn't have to be part of your video. That's why YouTube give you like those samples, saying, well, if you don't have a custom thumbnail, here's some samples of what we think is out, screenshotted out of your video. Here's 2 or 3 that we've randomly picked by the AI to say, hey, try using these ones if you're not uploading a custom. So that's why You know, they've liked that one with, say, the train cab on that third one that we looked at. And obviously you've got the plaque and the mug up there, and that looks like something you're presenting. So YouTube have probably suggested that one as well. Yeah, that's it. That's a good, yeah. It's for your non-subs, because what happens is, as you start to either rank in search and people find you in search, or you get suggested on other railroad videos because it's related, because of the tags you're using and stuff, then it's going to show up a whole bunch of random videos in the sidebar, and those videos are going to be related to the video that you're watching. So if you're watching a railroad video here and then yours is there, you want that thumbnail to pop in a way that people go, oh, what's that? Or, oh, I know Sparky. I haven't seen that video. I want to watch that. So they either know you and go, okay, yeah, Sparky, or they don't know you and they go, that's a well-presented thumbnail. It's drawing my attention. I'm going to go click on it. Because the purpose of the thumbnail is to get the people to click, so then they watch the video. So yeah, you're getting it. You're getting it. So when you've done some work on that, I'm happy to take another look and see how you're going, how you're progressing. That'd be pretty cool. KathehFIT says her text is purple and white because that's her style. Costumes, yeah, says hashtag dialing in. It's all about dialing it in. I think, did I get that from Nick Nimmin? I don't know where I got that from. Somebody's dialing in. Hello, Heather. Heather has caught us live. Where are we going with this chat? Where are we up to? Oh, wow. I just looked at the time. We've been just chatting away, looking at things. We've looked at Sparky's channel because of his thumbnail questions. And that's pretty cool. Let me try something here. Shall we try this thing? Are you ready to help me experiment on this channel with, because we'll associate this with the channel impressions. Let's see if anybody wants me to look. There's something specific you're going to need to do. So you're going to be watching this side of the screen in just a second when it comes up. It's all right, Sparky. It's all a learning It's all about learning. It's all about a learning process. And sometimes you got to hear stuff over and over, and then it sort of drops in your head, and you go, "Oh, cool, I got it." It's an easy stream to chat on, absolutely. All right, we're gonna do a little, this is gonna gamify the chat, and it's also gonna get us looking at maybe pull up a few channels and checking them out. So here we go. Are you ready? Oh, let's get some sound effects going. Are you ready? It's either going to be a... or we're going to get... What say ye? Shall we do this?
Do or do not. There is no try.
I think Yoda is right. We will do. Here we go. All right, this is what we're going to do, and I'm not framed right. What you need to do, okay. What you need to do, and there's some rules associated with this. If you want me to look at your channel on the stream, type the word impression in the chat. Let's see if this works. See if we get this working. Type the word chat impression in the chat. We'll give it a few minutes for people to respond because of the stream delay and so forth. And then we're going to randomly let our friendly auto moderator Nightbot to select a winner. We shall do that, Sparky. We will. So we're typing in the word impression, and I've spelt it all lowercase. Now, the other thing I'm going to mention that if you spam impression over and over, it will disqualify you according to the way I've got this Nightbot set up. Hopefully that's how it works. SR Tech, welcome to the stream, and that's not a real good way to be coming into the stream saying sub to my channel. So what I'm going to do is make sure your message was automatically filtered, and the reason I'm telling you that is because this is a learning experience for you. You don't go into people's live stream chats and ask for subs. It's called poor form. So I'm telling you right now, you can stick around. I'm not going to time you out. I'm just giving you a friendly warning that that's the sort of thing that we're not into. We're not into sub begging and sub for sub and all that sort of stuff. So the auto filter will pick that up, and if the moderators see that, then they might time you out. But yeah, I just thought I'd put that out there. So yeah, if you type the word impression in the chat, you'll go into the draw. If you've already typed it in, you're good, I believe. I'm just giving time for people to respond. Sparky says, see yet another video you can do. Video ideas. Someone needs to be taking notes for me because I don't have a notepad handy when I'm streaming. I should. And I don't know if I'm going to sit and watch the whole thing back. I'll watch portions of it back because I like to sort of just check out, see how everything's going. Foul fish. There's a few people dropping it in there. Hello, SR Tech. You can enter for a channel impression if you like. The live stream is super delayed. Yeah, I'm waiting for a few more people. I don't want to pull the trigger on the Nightbots to select that too soon. So you can drop the word impression in chat if you want me to look at your channel, and we'll see who Nightbot selects. I saw this feature the other week and I thought, I want to try this. So let's try it. And if you're liking this video and you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We try and live stream most weeks at this time, give or take an hour, and hopefully, not every week, but most weeks. I like to do it weekly. But sometimes there's things on. It's a Saturday morning, and sometimes things are on. But we'll do the best we can. I like to get out here weekly if possible. Okay. Once this goes off the screen, we'll do the draw. So yeah, I don't know how super delayed the stream is. Let me jump to my dashboard. And I don't have the audio going. I can't tell. But yeah, that's good. And what will happen is I'll click the button here, and in the chat, the winner will be announced by Nightbot. That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to teach me, senpai. Love it. Yeah, we'll have to get into this because it's a bit involved, and sometimes it's a little bit technical to show OBS stuff while you're streaming, so you don't break the stream while you're streaming. So let's go over to this stream now. Are you ready? Let's see who we come up with. Who are we going to look at? And it should be getting announced in chat. Heather. Heather's the first channel we're going to look at. Let me see if I can find Heather in the chat. She is. So I need to open the channel up and get it ready. Just getting that prepared. Well, it was working. It's just picked from that small group of impression people, and we're going to pull this up. Very bright, bubbly channel I'm looking at on the screen. We're going to pull that up in just a second. Okay, somebody notice me. I am your guru. Actually, I have an Indian friend, and he calls me, because I help him with tech stuff, he calls me guru. Now, SR Tech, I don't know why you persist in wanting to drop that in the chat, and nobody can see it except for me and the moderators. And you know what? Because, we're teaching people how to be good moderators in my current series, I'm going to have to show you this particular one. You're welcome back in 300 seconds. I can see what's happening even because the filters hide stuff, but the mods and the streamers see stuff in their chat and they go, you know. And I verbally addressed it and said, don't do it. It's not just a back behind the scenes, I'm going to time you out or hide your chat message. I actually addressed you and told you not to do it, and you did it again. You know, can you not resist? Have you no self-control? Anyway, I'm getting my hammer on, as they say. Okay, we're going to look at Heather's channel. Let's have a look. Varuna Aquatics, if I pronounced that correctly. New video every Friday. Life's better with fish. That's pretty cool. I like that. It tells me everything what your channel's about. It tells me that you're weekly on Fridays. Your tagline is life is better with fish. So it's very clear that it's an aquarium-based channel, which there are a few in this community. There's a few aquarium-based channels around about on some of the different streams with Creative Fundamentals stream, and I see them in there particularly, and even in Brian and Nick's streams we see a few aquarium channels. So it's a niche that's on the rise, I would say. So let's have a quick look. We're on the homepage at the moment. 336 subscribers. You're sort of up around that same ballpark as myself. So let's have a look at what you've got on your homepage first of all. Oh, first thing I'd like to say is that you got the same fish in the banner in your profile pic, and I can tell because of the white background that's probably a transparent background. That's why it's white, because you've got the same fish in your thumbnail. I need to turn this pen on. Let me just turn my little marker pen on. I think we'll stick with the red because it's a lot of yellow and purple in this channel, and I'm going to up the thickness a bit. Here we go. All right, here we are. So yeah, and you've got the fish on your thumbnails already. So we got that tie-in already with the. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I need a drink of water. You just picked up another sub there, Heather. That's cool. From KathehFIT, subbed to you, according to her message there. That's awesome. So you've got a definite theme there. You've got the color scheme. You've got the purple, which I can see is a slightly different purple in this thumbnail to these two thumbnails, like across the last three thumbnails on your channel. There's a slight difference between this one and this one purple, but I'm not too fussed with that because my assumption is you're dialing in the correct purple for your channel, probably because you've got the gradient here from the dark purple to the white across your banner. So. And maybe even the different shades mean something. So yeah, we'll have a look at that. You've got uploads at the top. You've got popular uploads, which, you know, what I would recommend. I'll get back to playlists in a second, but I would probably maybe try and rename popular uploads to something else and add a description as well. Maybe call it great videos to watch or recommended videos, because popular uploads is like the default title. And so everybody sees that, so that you can skip over that thinking, oh, it's just another upload list. So giving it a custom name is probably good. We've got some I like that you've got a few series, playlists, I should say, series on your channel. So you're moving them over to the homepage, which is good. Let's go have a quick look at. Oh, I have to turn that off to go to the About page. I usually go to the About page first, but here we are. Just as a reminder, we're selecting people at random using Nightbot feature. So if you haven't already and you would like me to look at your channel, type the word impression. Let me just jump back. Type the word impression, which is right up there. Type the word impression in the chat right now. If you haven't already, I believe people who are already in there should already be qualifying until I change the word to something else. But this week, that's the word we're doing, impression. Let's go back to the channel review or impression. Welcome to Varuna Aquatics. My husband and I started Varuna Aquatics in July 2017. So you're about 9 months-ish. 9 months. That's pretty good. And we run it out of our house. Our passion is our pets. and a need for locally available quality products, options, products, I'm just adding words, is what led us to start our business. We ship across the US, so you've got a business attached to it. That's awesome. This channel is dedicated to our aquatic pets, so anyone interested can see how we care for them. Yeah, so it's all about aquarium care, caring for the fish, caring for the other aquatic animals you have in the tanks. That's pretty cool. I like it. So let's jump to playlists. So I see what we've got. At the moment, you've got the 4 playlists. So all those 4 playlists are over on the home screen. And I know it's because you're videos, because you're 9 months old. You've only got a certain subset of videos. Yeah, these, looking at just the video list now, these newer video thumbnails are getting real dialed in with the cutout of the fish swimming on there, as opposed to the sort of the boxy looking pictures we've got here in the earlier thumbnails. So these are definitely improved. This one, the stealth hunter, small fish, all those, they're definitely an improvement. So it seems like you go back and forth. So yeah, try and go with the cutout method. I think that looks better, because I think a square photo within the thumbnail does it sort of takes you out of the vibe of the thumbnail a bit. And this mystery snail thing doesn't really work for me either. That's an older one though, but that's fine. So yeah, so you've only got that many videos, and you're doing the playlist thing. Actually, I want to go back to this one. So yeah, make sure to type impression in the chat if you haven't already. If you want me to possibly check out your channel. We'll draw as many as we need to until we've hit the wall. We're going 2 hours, and we're just getting into the channel stuff, so I don't want to go too long. But I think the last one was close to 3 hours. So, okay, back to this. So yeah, this description. I'm glad you got descriptions, because a lot of people don't even get to descriptions on playlists, so that's a good start. I think you can fill it out a bit more, maybe. So if a sentence, a paragraph is probably a better way to go. So maybe just add another sentence or 2 to that. That will sort of give a general idea of the videos that are in there and what that topic's about. I know people with fish will know what that is, but I don't know what plikos is or how to pronounce it. You got the blue neocaridina shrimp. How we care and how to breed them. So again, just add a little bit more maybe, because they basically say the same thing, but for the species they are, how we care for them. So I would add a little bit more to that just to mix it up a bit. Maybe you could do a sentence just talking about that specific fish or species, just to fill that out a bit more, because that all helps with playlist search. Just having a little bit more of a description fleshed out. Same as like on a video itself. So let's have a quick look at... I need to close that. I've got to remember, I can't click until I turn the tool off. Now, I'm not going to play the video for copyright reasons. I'm just going to look at the description. I don't think I've done looking at descriptions before, but I just want to have a quick look, because I'm all about that. Nice and short. You don't have any links out or anything. That's very short. So that's just basically the description of the video. You don't have any links for maybe some of the merchandise you sell, links to maybe an online store, because you say you've got products that deal with all this sort of stuff. You don't have any socials or anything on there as well. That's optional, socials and stuff, especially the low channels, and up on your banner. I didn't look to see if I had socials up on the banner. I'm not on the banner page. But yeah, let me go back to... We'll just reverse back. Make sure I have a quick... KathehFIT says, I need to fix and update my About Me channel. Yeah, the About Me can always be improved and tweaked as you go. You don't have to sort of set it and forget it. You can sort of just tweak it as you go, because as things change on your channel, you might want to change a little bit here or a little bit there. So It's all coming along there. Everyone, there's a few comments there. Oh yeah, on here you've just got your Facebook group and your Instagram. So yeah, you don't have any YouTube sub button or anything on there. That's just Facebook group. Yeah, Facebook group's how you drive traffic to say the products that you sell. Then that's probably a good way to go. And I guess Instagram's probably what you do there as well. So you're sort of doing like the videos are hosted on YouTube, but you're driving some more of your business from the Facebook and Instagram. So I can see why you have it on there, because usually a smaller channel you trying to keep everyone back on YouTube, but you also got a business involved in this, so you have different goals. Yeah, see how you go. I like the fact that because you're heading in the right direction in regards to color schemes and getting thumbnails consistent, you'll dial in the thumbnails a bit more. Now, I like this third one here as well that I didn't mention before. It's the first one that's actually got a face on it, which is good. So we'll see what can happen there. Got someone downstairs banging. I didn't know what was going on for a second. Maybe I'm too loud. That's all good. So yeah, I think just with the thumbnails, it's just a matter of tweaking and then dropping into a routine where the fonts are consistent, and you got a bit of a thing that's more consistent. I like the fish, which is your logo. That's happening, and we talked about that before. So let me turn that off. Let's go back to this one here. Oh look, SR, you're back. And that's good, but then you go and type sub me again. There's a problem with that. You don't do that, especially on YouTube help channels. It's the frowned upon no thing to do, and I've addressed you twice about it already. You're asking anybody to sub you. You're just here for subs. You're not here interested in the content of this video. So there's one simple thing that creators can do, and this is a training for everybody watching when you live stream. Goodbye. All right. Well, that was Heather at Verona Aquatics. That was pretty cool. There were some interesting things to look at there. I'm going to drop that out, and I'm going to go back to this one. If you haven't already, dropped that impression in the chat, and we're going to do another draw in 60 seconds. Let's go 60 seconds from when you're hearing it, so it'll be a little bit longer for me. And just for those who are wondering what was going on, there was a few messages there from SR Tech. He came back after his timeout, and he proceeded to ask for subs again. What don't we do in YouTube help channels, particularly those around the Nick Nimmin, Brian G. Johnson, Roberto Blake, any of those guys? They do not allow you to solicit for subs. You better, if you want to get subs on your channel, SR. If you're still watching this, if you want to get subs on your channel, don't beg for subs in people's chats. Be a valuable member of the community. That's how you get people to sub you. And make good videos. Make good videos. You don't grow your channel by begging for subs. You won't get to 1,000 subscribers in a million years begging for subs. Sparky has to go. Catch you later, Sparky. Thanks for that. This is the last call for the word impression in chat. For those who haven't already spammed that, I'm going to draw someone in a second. Good night, Sparky. I'm going to let's go to the ticker. Let's draw another one. I think we need to do at least another one. I don't know how many we got in there, but let's draw one. Did that roll? No, it didn't roll. I don't know what's happening in this Nightbot. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You know what? He must have typed impression at some point, but now that I've given him the ban hammer and his name comes up, SA, you missed out. You would have got free promotion of your channel, but instead you go and ask for subs, and you got 3 warnings. I was very patient. I gave you a verbal warning. I gave you a timeout. All that was left for me to do, because you weren't getting the message, was to give you a ban. You've been banned from my channel. You can't comment anymore in my chat. You might still be watching. Feel free to watch, but you're not a good chatter. You're not trustworthy to be in my chat. You're not trustworthy to talk on my comments and my videos. So unfortunately, you miss out on the channel impression. Let's draw someone else. It is funny though. Is that called? What do you call that? You could call that karma. Here we go. I'm going to make this one a surprise. I know who it is. Oh, no, it's come up. There it is. I forgot Nightbot. KathehFIT. Here we go. Let's look at your channel. I need to pull it up first. I forgot that Nightbot announced it. I was going to make it a surprise and pull the channel up. We'll run out of people, I'm sure, because there wasn't that not many people in chat typing the word impression. But we'll see how we go. Let's go. Oh, video's playing. Luckily, Google's got it muted. I need to... let's just pause that so it's not sucking the life out of my computer trying to play video. Alright, here we go. Tool is on. Homepage, here we go. Fellow creator in that sort of bracket, 166 subscribers at the moment. So if you get the vibe that this channel is for you, you can feel free to subscribe. Let's look at the banner first of all. KathehFIT, fitness, dance, unboxing, vlogs, and life. So this is this is my first impression of what I think it is by looking at the banner. It's a variety channel based around fitness and dance. That's how I'm putting it. I could be wrong. But that's the first vibe I get. Let me get rid of this for a second so I can see. You've got a few links out here. There's a lot of pictures in the background here. I can see there's a bit of a collage. You've got some food. I think that's food here. Some photos. And there's more food here. So we've got some things happening there. A bit of some weights in the background as well, which I had to remove my pen to see that. So let's just move the pen. So yeah, this is good. The dancing outline here, I like that. These two fonts work well together, in my opinion, my humble opinion. So that's good. It's more of a. It's not. I know it's not the Comic Sans, so I won't say Comic Sans, but it's more of a handwritten style font, and that's cool. And it goes okay with this serif type font here as well, I think. And we've got the back up here. We've got the sort of mauvey purple and white text. This one's a little and the dancing image is a little bit darker, but it's like a different shade of the same mauve or purple. Okay, let's scroll down real quick. Latest uploads. We've got some. I can see the playlist have some good, well filled out descriptions there. So that's good. We've got a good selection of playlists, all in the horizontal form. So you're killing it in regards to getting in the playlists onto the home screen. So that's cool. I need to make that disappear. All right. This is the first time using this pen tool oh, this is quite long. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Let's have a look. Welcoming this channel I made to show you guys my weight loss journey. Show workouts, food I eat, dance covers. People like it. I'll put other types of videos. I'm willing to take suggestions. So that's basically the section that tells you all about the channel. I think it's the first 160 odd characters is what shows up on the when you hover over somebody's channel icon. and it pops up the first bit of the text, which comes from this about page. It comes as first, probably that first paragraph or so is going to show up, or maybe a little bit less. So that's where you want to sell yourself, is at the first 160 odd characters. And I can't get my pen up. Here we are. And then we go on and so forth. Not going to read all that, but that's more information. But at least you've got information there. You've got something for people to find out what it's about. So let's first of all go to the, what page do I need? Come on, how do I turn the close? There we go. The pen tool. Let's go to the let's go to the videos in order. Let's have a look at that first, then we'll go playlist. Okay, there's the last couple of videos that look like they've been thumbnailed properly there. It's probably something you've got on your to-do list, possibly. These thumbnails are fitting the same theme with the two fonts that we talked about and the same mauve purple color. So I'm liking those a lot more because they're giving the same vibe as the channel banner, and you've got the using the if it scrolls for me, I can see you're playing with different shades. I need the pen tool again. You got to turn it on and off. Say that one there is the sort of the transparency is a certain shade. This one up here is probably just a solid black, but there's probably a reason for that. This one's laid out very well, like that you fitted the text around your headshot there very well. With is that looks like is that a ball or it's a mat? It's a mat. Looks like a mat's rolled up. I thought it was like a cardio ball or something for doing like a medicine ball type thing. Looks like a rolled up mat. I think that's what I think it is. Yeah, so it looks like you're dialing in. I guess it depends on the brightness of the picture behind as to how transparent that looks, because you can see in this one here, it's lighter there, but then you got a darker part as well. But that's just to do with the background, and it looks darker where it's darker and lighter where it's lighter. That one seems to do the same thing in the middle there, but that's okay because you're working with the photo, and you're trying different sort of pointy transparent areas for your text depending on the picture that you're using on the rest of the thumbnail. So that's good. That's fine. I think that's a good way of doing it. Just in this one, your text slightly gets overwritten by the timestamp, but that's not too bad. And then we obviously get into the older thumbs that are sort of different. Now this one's completely different. If I looked at that, I'd say, oh, that's from a completely different channel, just because of the different colours. That's the first thing I think. Oh, I might be looking at a recommended list. I see that. I'm thinking, oh, it might be a different channel. That's what it says to me when I first look at it. This one here doesn't have any of the purple, and it's trying a slightly different text box style, Nick Nimmin style text box there. Then this one has different fonts and colours in the fonts. So, but I can see you dialing it in. It's just a work in progress. As you go, you're dialing in those thumbnails. SR Tech has come in with a different account. I just looked up at chat. Let me just deal with this. If Beanie was here, he'd be on you like a hammer, SR Tech. You know, I tried to help you, and you already missed out on a channel impression because of what you're doing. You, sir, are a troll. Let me do it with the camera on. You, sir, are a troll. Get out of here. Not having any of that nonsense in my chat. You can come in here with as many accounts as you like. I will ban every single one of them if you keep dropping submies and anything else that's inappropriate. Beanie, if you're watching the replay, where are you? Rodney? Car, where are you? That's all good. Okay, back to the channel. Back to the channel real quick. I just looked up and I just saw that. I had to deal with it. I want to go to the playlist now. So yeah, I can see what you're doing is you're dialing it in because you've been watching Nick and you've been and Brian, and that you've just been taking advice. It's a work in progress. It's not something you can just sort of fix overnight. It's something you dial in over time and sort of get it all happening. So let me... Give me my pointer back, please. Okay. Going to the playlist section here. Music you like, which is a private playlist, that's fine. You've got quite a number of playlists. I saw that you've already got the important playlists over on the homepage, so that's good. So yeah, you know what you're doing with playlists. You're ahead of the game than most people who do playlists very casually. Costume CEO has got to go. Thanks for sticking around the stream for a while. And we'll talk. We'll see you one of the other streams very soon. Yeah, Nick Nimmin gives great. Kathy says Nick Nimmin gives great advice. Yeah, you can't go past Nick's advice. So yeah, that's your channel, and I think that you got. I can see the changes you made from when I've seen you pop up on Nick's stream and the other streams. So so it's looking really good. You're dialing it in as you go, and if you keep doing that, you're on the right direction. Let me get back to here. There we go. Where are you, bro? I don't know who's still in. Now, if you're still in the chat, because I don't know who's still here. I don't want to I don't want to necessarily pick someone that's not here anymore. And if you typed impression and then you've since left, then you might not be here. So if you're still in the chat, give me a thumbs up in chat. Let's see how many thumbs up we can get. I just want to get an idea of who's still here. I'll look at my dashboard and just see. It says we've got about 5 people in here, and I think it's counting me. No, 4 people. It says me, Kathy, and 2 other people floating around. So if you're those 2 other people, give me a thumbs up so I know you're here. I think we're rounding out the stream very soon. So I just want to see who's still. We're 2 hours and 28 minutes on my stream according to the little stream dashboard here. KathehFIT is still here. There's a thumbs up there from KathehFIT. It's looking good. We looked at your channel. Sometimes it's just a matter of giving some opinion and making sure people are heading in the right direction. And when you see the progress, because you see like somebody's channel and somebody else's stream, and you see you've made a little bit of progress, that's all you can ask for, is to keep dialing it in over time, as Nick would say. Heather's still here. We've done Heather. I think the only person left that's in the chat that's still here is KathehFIT. So dare I not even draw a name, because KathehFIT is stuck around. So let's pull his up real quick, because last man standing and all that sort of stuff. We'll get that up. We'll wait for that to come up. And it's 1:30 p.m. here, so I'm getting rather hungry. It's lunchtime. So Archimedes Wave 1.1 is here. Hey, can I remember me? I hope you remember you. I hope you remember you. Your name seems familiar, so I do remember you, but I hope you remember you. All right, KathehFIT, let's have a look at yours, because we're on the home stretch of the stream today, and it's going to pull up my marker. Here we go, KathehFIT, and I need to scroll down so I can see a banner. Music, film, and randomness, and there's a nice guitar. Oh, look at that! That's the shape of the pick. Guitar pick. KathehFIT is a guitarist, and probably other instruments as well. And you're using the Papyrus font there. I recognise that font. That's the one you've gone with. Is that the same font down here as well? Maybe, yeah, I think it is. Okay, so it's like we've got a purple vibe, and we've got the Papyrus font. That's right. I don't mind the single-use emojis. They're fine. Archimedes Wave 1.1 says, we met Nick Nimmin's live stream, bro. I meet so many people in Nick Nimmin's live stream. And hey, I'm still on camera. I noticed. I've got my little camera down the bottom here. So, hi, I'm waving. Yeah, I see so many people on Nickname and stream. Literally hundreds of people come by there. I reckon over the course of the 4 or 5 hours that he streams, not only do we have the 200 odd concurrent people in stream, that people coming in and out, I reckon we're probably getting up over 500 plus people over that 4 to 5 hour period each Saturday morning, US time. Throw that in there. Okay, back to KathehFIT, because we're on his channel. It's going to quickly, let's have a look at your home screen here. Got your recent uploads there. I think I see a theme with the thumbnail, so we'll get back to that in a sec. Just want to see, got recent uploads, and then you got uploads, which is close to being the same thing. Obviously, you've resequenced these. So really being, instead of by KathehFIT. Okay, that's your channel name, of course. Why am I thinking that's somebody else? Oh, it's spelled differently. That's why it seemed different. Because you've spelled F-O-W-L instead of F-O-U-L. So I don't know if that's something different or you've just spelt it differently. But anyway, maybe I'm not getting it. Okay, this is a playlist you've created. I'd maybe call it something other than recent uploads, maybe recommended or whatever you come up with. Because by default, you're going to have your recent uploads are your uploads, which is this one here. Okay, this one's cover songs. Again, I'd fill out the description a little more, make it a paragraph. Here we go, like this. Journey through guitar series. You got a series, boom. Play music, boom. Love it. I love it when people have got their playlists on their homepage, and yeah, probably add some more. Watch, listen, learn. There's probably some more more information you can give there for that one. You've got a very good selection on your homepage there. So let's go have a look at the About page real quick. I just want to see what we got there. Description, everything and nothing. That's an interesting way to start. It must be like the attention grabber. Kathy, catch you next time. Thanks for sticking around and being in the stream for this amount of time. So I'll catch you later. I know it's getting late for people in the East Coast there. So we'll let people go and we'll catch you in another stream. Okay, back to Fowl's thing here. If you like good music, funny films, do-it-yourself tips, tricks, and licks, music theories and lessons, how not to do well, you've come to the right place. Hit that subscribe button. Well, you definitely describe what your channel's all about there. So I like it. Let's have a look at the video tab next. Some clap and applause there in the chat there from KathehFIT. We'll throw in some audible ones as well. All right. I can see your thumbnails you're dialing in. You've got that white and red stripe thing with your logo. You know, I didn't notice the logo there at first, but now I can see it. The thing I find is the font and colors that you've used, maybe on some of these recent ones. Let's get my pen up here. Like this one here, I'm having trouble reading that on my screen for that one. And that sort of blends in a bit with the background because of the different change of colors. So you see bits of the writing. I think it says collection, hashtag something collection. This one says water, but it's sort of the yellow blends with the white that's in the picture of the background there. I don't know if you want to go with that particular sort of Comic Sans-ish font. If you do, that's fine. You're using it in different ways each time. This one here is a little bit more scrunched up into the corner. This one is a little bit bigger and spread out, which is more readable, especially with the stroke you got on that. It's actually easily readable. So there's a tip there to maybe put a stroke on some of these other ones here as well. The white bits blend into the white of the background. So again, maybe some stroke. This thumbnail here sort of deviates from the theme that you've got. There might be a reason for that. So, and then you've got you got live written there, subs in that font. You've got another font there. Back to the comic-y font there. Yeah, I would. Like I don't dislike the font, but it sort of comes across sort of all over the place. And then this font on this one is it might be the same font, but then the change of colours and stuff is very confusing for me. Sister Hazel, okay. And this one's all white. So maybe you need to maybe pick a uniform colour for your fonts, because you've got a few that are yellow, then you've got some white ones, then you've got the pink and the yellow and the green, and you've got Sister Hazel, which is a whole bunch of different colours. You probably want to dial in to figure out which one's going to be consistent for you. That would probably be my suggestion or recommendation there for that. But yeah, I like how you're consistent with the overlay here, because at least that's identifiable. If you pop up and suggest, go, oh yeah, that's foul fish. I know who that is. I haven't seen that video. Let's check it out. So yeah, pretty consistent. And I see as you get to your older ones, that's where you've been dialing in your stripes and your logo. That's where you brought them in back there. So I'm not going to look at the older ones, because obviously that's going back to what you had before. So yeah, some things to consider there. Let's have a look at... I want to turn this off so I can click. I'm going to go to the playlist tab. All right, give me a thumbs up in the chat if you're still here listening live. Just want to know who's still here whilst I'm not looking at my dashboard. But we're back to the playlist here. Yeah, you've got quite a selection of playlists. So I think you know what you're doing with the playlists. Just fill out some of those descriptions a bit more so they show up on the homepage. And as in turn, the stuff in your description helps with your search on your playlist as well. So you're dialing it in for a channel of 123 subscribers. You're dialing it in, and you're still in what I call the dial-in mode. I think if you're anywhere under 500 subs and maybe even up to 1,000 subs, you're in that dial-in mode. Let me go back to my camera. You're in the dial-in mode where you're dialing in your channel, trying to, get it from being a general sort of trying to figure out what I'm doing, to get that pinpoint sharpness on what your channel's doing, consistency in your branding and your channel, overall look. The word is eluding me. It's eluding me. So yeah, there's some thoughts just from checking out your channel there, from Foulfish Music, Film and Randomness. I don't think there's anyone else here. Kathy has gone and Foulfish remains. I think we're going to wrap it up in just a minute or two. So any last questions, Q&A stuff we'll go back to. No more channels today. But if you're watching the replay and you want me to look at your channel next time, you've got to get in chat in the next stream and participate by putting in the code word for the week. Next week, it will be a different code word. So don't put impression. That's just a hint for everyone. Next week, it will be something different. We'll see how it goes for a few weeks and get it all happening. Well, I think it's time to do the thing that we like to do and find the correct sound effect that I'm looking for. The exiting sound effect. Oh, Heather's still here. We've checked Heather's channel out. We've checked out Foulfish. Kathy's just left. Everybody's attended to. We've had a good time. I'm getting hungry and need to eat. So we want to get on with our evenings, let people sleep for a while, let people get up tomorrow morning to watch Nick Nimmin, wherever you are in the world. I hope you've had a great morning, afternoon, evening. And I'd like to say good night to everyone. And as we leave the stream, I think this will be my exit theme. I think I used this last time. I'm going to go to my closeout stream, and I'm watching you, SR. Behave. And as always, we're helping you with tech wherever possible, and good evening and good night.